Hey guys, it is me again, as you can rightfully tell. I was waiting for my little bubble to pop up, and it did. That's what kind of threw me off there. Anyway, guys, today is Tuesday, February 28th. Makes it day 59 on our daily bread project. Normally today would be the last day of the month, but considering we're on the, I guess you would say on a leap year this year, we've got one more day. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, as always, it's good to be here tonight. Excuse me. I hope y'all are doing good. Hope you're doing good wherever you're at. And whenever you see this, I know some of you see it at night and some of the morning and that kind of deal. So anyway, guys, let's see. Trying to hit everything as fast as I can tonight. Oh, quick question for Darren. If you see this, brother, if you watch this in the morning, I don't know how good you've been watching these since Tom's been there. I don't even know if Tom's still there or not. I'm assuming he still is. By the way, it has been good seeing the videos with you two. The two Stooges together. No, wait, there's supposed to be three Stooges, weren't they? Okay. Never mind. Gonna scratch that name for you. Anyway, no, just joking aside, brother. It's been good seeing you all. Anyway, what I was gonna ask, I'm painting the furnace door, the door off my furnace out here. Going to get it hung back up, and just I'm gonna just. I've used it for some test panels. Now I'm gonna just paint it, paint some kind of design on it. I'm thinking about maybe putting a cross on it, pinstriping a cross on it, And anyway, what I was getting at, I sealed it this evening, and I forgot basically that you're supposed to go from sealer to base, basically wet on wet. And it was just, by the time I got it done, it was too late. I already had my gun cleaned up. I said, what do I do now? So I got to reading on that MP 127, and it said that, if you waited after 30 minutes, like if you waited till the next day, you had to rescuff it. You had to scuff sand it, recoat it. Yeah, scuff sand it and recoat it. So, couple quick questions. If you can answer these during the video tomorrow, or I know you don't like typing, whatever, if you're gonna call me in the next, day or so, just, and it ain't no big deal. But number one, I was just wondering what they mean by scuff sanding. I mean, is Scotch-Brite good enough? I'm assuming it is. That's what they mean by scuff sanding. Number two, do I have to scuff it and then actually put another coat of sealer on it, and then start on from there, or can I just scuff it and then go to my base? I mean, I'm sure on a furnace door, it's not going to matter either way. If you don't have the greatest paint adhesion, big deal. I'm sure that's all that it affects is the adhesion. But I was just kind of wondering about that. So yeah. Let's see what else, guys. I painted it with my MAC gun, guys. I've got it pretty much dialed in on laying that sealer down with that gun, which I don't want to do that. The reason I didn't use Darren's gun that he sent me is just because it just makes so much more overspray, and it just at higher pressure and everything, when I'm having to paint something that I've got hung up, it tends to blow it more. So I do like using the lower pressure guns if I'm painting something that I've got hung up by safety wire. So anyway, it's I've got it figured out, I think, on the sealer deal, because it's dried good and smooth. I turned the fluid knob in one turn from all the way out. I think that helps a little bit. I think that gun is just, where it's a cheaper gun, when you turn the fluid in, you're giving it a little less fluid, and it's able to atomize that amount of fluid. It can't hardly atomize wide open, but it can atomize one turn in. So anyway, I'll show you guys a picture of it when I get that done. I want to thank you guys for commenting on my The Car's Done video. I was going to try to go read the comments and answer back, guys, before this video, but I've just not had time yet. So I'll either do that tonight or tomorrow. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, Guys, I got my first check from Google today for my AdSense, $103. So, you know, I guess it's better than nothing. Uh, I don't know how Google, since they're doing the deal now where they start the ads automatically on most videos, you know, or at least on a lot of videos. You know, I don't know how they're doing the figure now, since you really don't have a video on a lot of videos. You don't have a ad to click on. I don't know really how they're doing that, but anyway, you know, it helps. I put it up. You know, my money I'm saving towards trying to put that parts order in. I put it up. So anyway, I just want to mention that real quick. I want to thank you all for praying. Keep praying for me, guys. Uh, you know, keep praying about this money that I need. You know, I was talking to my Snap-on man today about it, and I don't know, you know, you just get conflicting thoughts and things. You know, I was telling him about thinking about selling all this stuff, and which he was like, hey, he said, the Lord's blessed you with that stuff. I mean, he said, you can sell it if you want to. But he said, to me, kind of selling that stuff is a sign that you don't have enough faith that God can give you this money some other way. And he said, you know, I'd pray about it, and I'd keep taking it to God, and I'd do these different things, you know. And he said, you know, he can provide it, you know. I said, well, that's true, you know, that is true. So just keep praying for that for me, guys. Like I said last night, pray that we sell the camper anyway, even if I don't use that money to buy parts with. We really need to sell this camper, not just necessarily for the money that we get out of it, just, you know, for the liability. You know, it's costing us a couple $100 a month right now, and you know, not getting to use it, that's just money wasted. So, you know, not only looking at the money that we can have back out of it, but you know, the money that it's still costing us every month. So, you guys pray for that for me. Pray for our business this week, guys. You know, we've been fairly busy so far. I mean, to be honest about it, we've not brought the money in that I thought we should have been as busy as we have, but that kind, and you know, everything else. So, but you know, you ought to pray for us, and I know the Lord will work it out. Want to just hit a little quick thing here, real quick, guys. You know how they always say, two things you don't mention. You know, if you want to cause a fight, you do mention them. You know, but if you don't want an argument, you know, you never mention politics or religion. Well, I'll tell you guys, there's a third thing I think that you can add in there, and that is car brands. And the reason I'm going to get into this, there's some guys I see on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and name one of them. He don't watch my channel, which, I mean, if he did, I'd still say it, just, you know, because I think he can, it'd be some advice. It's Pisser's channel. I don't know how many of you guys watch him. He does body work and stuff. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at, guys, I've learned a long time ago that you don't badmouth brands of cars, because people really take that seriously. And what I'm trying to get at, guys, and I'm not going to lie about it. I know I tend to do that right there. I don't finish one sentence and I start another, but that's the way my thought process goes, so excuse me for that. You know, I like all cars. I work on all cars, and when you work on cars for a living, you see that there's not much difference in any of them, just to be honest about it. I'm not going to lie about it. I don't like foreign cars, any kind of foreign car. And it's not to say that they're not good. They're good cars. A lot of them are better, you know. Of course, they're not as much better as American cars as everybody thinks they are. At least not anymore. Now, they may have been at one time, back in the mid-'80s, early '80s, early '90s. Now, yeah, probably was quite a leap ahead. But, you know, your newer cars, the American cars, are just as good. But anyway, the reason I don't like foreign cars that much is just purely the economical deal. You know, it's just, you know, and everybody can holler, well, they're made here and this and that, and I know they are. You know, Georgetown, Kentucky's where a lot of Toyota Camrys and stuff are made, and I realize that. But the money from these cars, the profit that is made, goes straight back to Japan. It does not stay here. I mean, it does support some families, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that. That's not my point I was wanting to get at. Pisser is real bad, and the thing kind of gets me back to Pisser's a General Motors guy. He's a Chevrolet man, Buick man, Oldsmobile deal, and you can tell it. And what gets me is, and you can tell when people do this, and that's like I said, guys, I try not to. Like at work, you know, if it's some kind of car, uh, you know, I don't like working on Fords. I'm not saying I don't like a Ford. I'm saying I don't like working on Fords as much as I like working on it. And we're going to stick with American cars as much as I do GM cars and Chrysler cars, because Fords typically are harder to work on. They just are. They're engineered a little different. Ford tends to do stuff a little different that's usually harder. And they do that for a reason. They do that so you have to take it back to a Ford dealer, but or at least they think you do. You know, if you got a good mechanic, they can still get around it. But anyway, but I still don't bash on Ford. You know what? I don't to say this and say that, you know, because somebody's car, somebody owns that car. Some people don't care, you know, but some people are, you know, they like their brand or whatever, you know. What I'm trying to get at, Pisser, is I've noticed on his videos, you know, he fixes rust and everything on these cars. And if Darren sees this, he'll I don't know if he'll agree with what I'm saying about Pisser, but I think he will agree with a lot of this. He brings those trucks in there, and guys, you know, he brings these trucks in, and the beds are rotted off of them, the floorboards are rotted, the rocker panels are rotted, and guys, it's not got to do with what brand of truck you are. It's because he's in New York, and they have hard winters. He's in upstate New York, next to the lakes, and you know they have hard winters. They use a lot of salt. Every truck he brings in there, they're rotted down. On some different brands of trucks, they rot in different places. I've noticed, like the Dodges, the beds, like above the wheel wells, will rot out real bad. But now you get up around the rocker panels and up in the front, and they're not rotted. Well, the Chevrolets are real bad for rusting the rocker panels out, the bottoms of the beds, the bottoms of the doors. Excuse me. Kind of same deal with the Fords. The Fords are bad for rotting the rocker panels, the floor pans, the bottom of the doors. What I'm trying to say is, guys, they all rot about the same. It's just they rot in different places. To me, rust is rust, rot's rot. What I'm trying to say, Pisser does, he'll get these Chevrolets in there because he's a Chevrolet guy, and that they can be gone. I mean, nothing can be in them. I mean, they're just gone. And he'll just, you know, he won't really complain about it. He'll say, oh yeah, it needs this and it. But he gets a Ford in there that's got the same amount of damage done. And oh, he goes crazy talking about how rust bucket they are. And he does the same with a Dodge. If he gets a Dodge in there that's rusty, oh, these trucks are trash, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, to me, I can watch his videos and I can point the same amount of rust out on all of them. Are they in different places? Yeah, they're in different places. What I'm trying to say is, guys, to me, and you can do what you want. When you've got your own YouTube channel, you can do what you want. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't think you won't make people mad? You will make people mad with those type of attitudes. You know, it'd be different if really the one brand or two brands of truck did rot a lot worse than the others, but they don't. Like I said, you can watch the videos. I've watched him fix them all, and they all rot about the same. You know, like I said, they rot in different places, but they rot about the same. And what I'm just trying to say is, guys, you got to learn when you're in business, and even like on a YouTube channel, you've got to learn that people care about that stuff, and you will make people mad. You will make people mad, and you won't really want to run people off by having that type of attitude. Like I said, to me, I'm an American car guy. If it's an American-made car, well, the sad thing is, the American-made cars are not even made in America there. And you guys don't, I know that's the first thing some of you are going to start on. I know that. My Dodge truck was made in Mexico. Mexico and Canada. That's the same countries it was made in. I know that. You know, I'm not going to argue with that. They shouldn't do it. I wish they wouldn't do it. You know, same way with General Motors and Ford, they build them different places. But at least the companies here, the money, some of the money tends to stay here, and they're American companies, like I said. I don't agree with that building them in Mexico and different places, but they do. But what I'm trying to say is I like all of them. Now, I am a Dodge man. I ain't going to lie about that. You know, I'm more, you know, if I have my druthers, that's what I'm going to buy before anything else. But I'm not going to badmouth the Chevrolet because I think they're good trucks. I'm not going to badmouth the Ford. I think they're good trucks. I'm not going to badmouth anything because I think they're all close. They're so close to being the same. What does it matter? Anyway, guys, I just kind of wanted to get that out of there. And like I said, I know some people are not going to agree with me on that, but I'm just saying that is a place that you will make people mad, and I think it's, uh, like I said, like even when I said I don't care for foreign vehicles, and I can honestly say I've never owned one. Uh, Now I own a Japanese motorcycle. Yeah, because there's nobody that makes an American sport bike. And don't you guys even start with a Buell, because they don't even start with a Buell. Don't even go there. But anyway, I'm just saying I I won't buy a foreign car just because I just don't believe in it. Not that they're not good cars. If you want to drive a foreign car, that's fine. They're good cars. They're not any better than American cars. And like I said, I can tell you that from working on them for 17 years and working on them every day. A matter of fact, with newer cars, I can tell you that the American cars are just as good. They'll last just as long. And actually, you'll spend less money on them because when they do tear up, and every car is going to eventually tear up, American cars cost about a quarter to a fifth to work on than Japanese cars do. And I'm not really going to get into European cars. They're just outrageous. So, anyway, I just kind of wanted to say that, guys. Kind of get that off my chest there. Like I said, I see Pisser and some of these other guys just, they're just so brand myopic that they just, I don't know, I think they missed the boat. They missed the boat. So, anyway, guys, 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Let's go. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffed up, but charity edifieth. Now, he's saying charity here. He's using charity for the word love. Love edifieth. He's saying builds us up in holiness, rather. Or in other words. Verse 2. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. Ain't that the truth? Don't we think we know way too much sometimes? But if any man love God, the same is known of him. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many. He's just talking about here. He said a lot of people call different things gods and lords. He said, but there's only one. There's only one true God, as we know. But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom all things are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him. Howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge. He's saying everybody don't know that. We know that. As Christians we know that. But everybody don't know that. For some, with conscience of an idol, unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. Guys, he's talking about here, we know it, but not everybody does. We tend to get a little bit complacent with that. Guys, when I went to high school, you're going to think this is crazy. When I was a freshman in high school, we had a teacher at our high school that was an atheist. Guys, when I was a freshman in high school, I didn't know what atheist was. Not because I was stupid or anything, because I had never met anybody that didn't believe in God. It's just one of those deals. I guess, around here, small town kind of deal, which I'm not saying. I'm not saying he was the only one. I'm just saying I've never met anybody. I thought everybody believed like I did. I thought that's common sense. Even when I got in high school and I started reading these books, these whatever, but I don't even remember what classes, when it started talking about the earth started this many millions of years ago, and it started because of this Big Bang, and I was like, no, wait a minute, how do they, how does this in the Bible go, this don't sound right to me. I was naive, I didn't realize that there were so many other people that didn't believe in God. Same deal with this, talking about people worshiping other gods and worshiping idols. But meat commendeth us not to God, for neither if we eat are we better, neither if we eat are we worse. Now he's talking about here, guys, offering meat, offering sacrifices to idols. And he's saying it's the meat, the animal that you sacrifice to that idol. He's saying if we eat it or if we don't eat it. He said that, that really don't matter, is what he's saying is. It's not the meat that does it. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. See? He's saying, but you cannot let this be a stumbling block. If you do something that makes somebody else stumble in their relationship with God, then you're held accountable. For if any man see thee which hast knowledge sit at meat in an idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish for whom Christ died? That's going to question there, guys. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to stop tonight. I tell you guys, I'm going to quit blabbing so much. I'm getting tired of these big long videos. I don't mean to do them. They just turn out that way. Anyway, guys, as always, love you all. I'm going to try to get maybe tomorrow night, get you the video up that I took when it snowed. The evening we lost our power. I'll show you the big snowstorm and that night without power and all that stuff. I just made a couple minutes of video, so it ain't no big deal. But I'll try to get that up for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to get you all some good videos here in the next little bit. Y'all just keep praying for me. Like I said, this deal trying to raise this money, this $5,000, I don't know, it's wearing me down. I'm not going to lie about it. I know that I can build my business up. I know I can turn it around, which it is doing. It's doing decent right now. But I know I can just make it that much better, and I know that the Lord, that's something that He's not gonna, He's not gonna frown upon. So I just got to have the faith that the Lord's going to do it somehow, even though I can't see it yet. I just got to have that faith. And I want you guys to have that faith. I want you guys to pray for it. As always, guys, pray for the church. We're supposed to have a singing this Sunday. Have some singers in there, good old-timey gospel singers. The name of the group is the Traditional Gospel Singers. So we're going to have a dinner and everything. So, guys, I just pray that we have a decent little crowd, But we know what the Lord Himself said while He was on earth. He said, where 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm there also. So, as long as there's 2 or 3 of us there, that's all we need. So just pray for that, guys. We're supposed to pick garbage up Saturday to raise money for the church. We get paid $100 a mile, so pray that we get to do that because we really need to get the church funds raised up. We got power bills right now we can't pay, as I told you guys. I know the Lord's going to take care of it, so y'all just pray for all that. And good Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. Until I see you all again, good night. God bless.